morning. Is anyone awake at this hour? Where are my early birds? We'll give it a few more minutes and then we'll get started. It's Tuesday. I feel like I have to say what day it is out loud so that I don't lose track of time. So it's Tuesday, 5:45 a.m. And I have my coffee. So all is right in the world. There's Terry. Good morning. I knew I'd have an early bird. It's like old times, Terry. So, what else do I want to tell you? If there's a link for a playlist on my Facebook page on one of my posts that I just posted this morning. You can go there and download it if you would like music. If music is too much at this hour in the morning, I totally understand that. So I'll give you a minute to get your music. What other things do I want to tell you? On the post for this Facebook Live, you can buy a virtual pass on the Balance Webster webpage. You can sign into classes even though you're attending online. You can stock up on a five class pass that we've got going. I think that's all. I think that's all the announcements. After this video is done live streaming, then it'll be housed on the Balance Webster YouTube page, which you can access through the homepage. Morning, Erica. I can see who our early birds are. All right. Oh, Teresa, good morning. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's start lying down. Your legs are out long. Arms are resting beside you, or you can take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Right, whatever just feels, makes you feel connected. Connected to your breath and to yourself and to your body. Let the back side of your body get heavy and sink into the mat. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. Nice, do that again. Take a full belly breath in and a long breath out. And start to settle in. Start to notice. Notice the thoughts in your mind, maybe the sensations in your body. Maybe it's too early for the sensations, but I know I woke up really stiff this morning. So maybe you notice, right? Just notice if there's tightness. Maybe you notice the stillness and quiet in your house. Right, in our minds, we're designed to think. Right? We're thinkers, we're planners, we're overanalyzers, right? Worry, anxiousness, right? Whenever that stuff comes in, can you tune back into the breath, right? Just gently bring yourself back to the inhale and the exhale. I think in the strange time that we're living in, that it's really important to continually remind ourselves to come back. Steph, it's gotta be like the middle of the night. You breathe in, you breathe out. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Unhinge your jaw. Soften the space between your eyes. Morning, Susan. And start to deepen your breath. Right? Maybe you notice it and connect to it in a way that you haven't. Start to bring some movement into your body as if you're waking up. I mean, you did just wake up, I'm assuming, unless you're Steph. Yes, listening counts. So what if this time is to heal and to connect with what's important? What if the space is to find your true purpose? What if it's all meant to bring you home, to bring us home? So as you move through practice today, can you connect, right? Connect to your breath, connect to your body, connect to your heart. Hug the knees into the chest. Begin to rock side to side, massage your low back. I've noticed a strange thing over the last couple of days. I'm not a phone talker. I hate the phone, right? But this being in my house in isolation, it's forcing me to have virtual cocktail hours with people that I wouldn't talk to on the phone, right? So in this weird time of disconnect, I feel this connecting. And so even though that we're not in the same space, I feel you there, right? So can we breathe together? Take a breath in, drop your knees over to the right. Feeling your back connect on the mat. Inhale, you come back to center. Exhale, knees drop over to the left. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, you come back to center. Right leg goes long to the mat, left knee hugs in towards the chest. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, you're going to cross the left knee over the body. Just a gentle waking up of the spine. Nothing forced. Right? Take a breath in, you come back to center. Left leg goes out long, right knee comes in. And the exhale, you cross it over the body towards the right, left. Towards the left. Coffee's going to start kicking in here in a minute. You take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, you come back to center. You start rocking front to back, and you make your way up to seated, the top of your mat. And your sit bones are grounding into the mat. The spine is long, kind of the head's reaching towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, your arms are going to reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And just pause and notice here, right? Notice the breath, notice the heartbeat. Connect to yourself, to your body. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, right hand comes down to the mat. Left hand stretches over to the right side, rolling the left shoulder blade onto your back. Take a breath in, come back to center, arms reach high overhead, let the shoulders fall away from your ears. Exhale, left hand comes down, right hand leans over. Feel the stretch on the side body. Open up the heart. Inhale, you come back to center. Exhale, left hand comes forward, right hand comes back. So the twist comes from the waist, right? So your hip bones are pointing towards the front of the room, whatever room you happen to be in. Take a breath in, you come back to center. Right hand forward, left hand back, twist towards the left. Right, really ground down equally into both sit bones. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. And you're going to make your way to standing at the top of the mat. Take your feet wide and come into a forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows. Let the head and neck release. Maybe you put a slight bend in your knees. Maybe it's a little too early for those hamstrings. Let the head get heavy on the exhale. Letting go of any thoughts, worries, distractions, tuning into the breath, connecting to yourself. Take a breath in and a breath out. Left fingertips are going to come down underneath your nose. Right hand's going to lift up. You're going to twist open. Maybe you bend deeply into that left knee. Take a breath in. Exhale, right hand comes down, left hand comes up. Twist to the left. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Left hand comes down. You're going to toe heel your feet back to hip bone distance. Halfway lift on an inhale. The back is long. Kind of the head's reaching towards the front of the room. Arms can be behind you or fingertips can be on your shins. Take a breath in. Exhale, you empty out and fold. Inhale, you ground down, rise to standing. Exhale, left hand comes forward, right hand comes back. Right twist is still coming from the waist, grounding down into both feet. Inhale, you come back to center. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Take a breath in. You come back to center. Exhale, you fold forward. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you empty out and fold. Yeah, do that again. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank, and pause. Take a full breath in. Exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra on an inhale. Exhale, you lower. Do 2 more just like that. Inhale, heart lifts. Use the core, the hands are light. Tops of the feet are pressing down into the mat. Exhale, you lower down. Last one. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, you lower down, and you make your way to downward facing dog. And here in downward facing dog, you take a full belly breath in and a long breath out. Right, and you notice the sensation in your body. What does it feel like this morning at 5:59 a.m., right? Can you connect to your breath? Connect to the sensation. Where can you bring some ease? Take a breath in and a breath out. Your next inhale, you're going to glide forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, you glide forward to plank. Shoulders are stacked over the wrist. Thigh bones are lifting up towards the ceiling. Hug the belly into the core. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. One more. Inhale, you glide forward to high plank. Really press down into the hands. Puff up that space between your shoulder blades. Spread your fingers out wide. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, here we go. Take a breath in. Look forward. Walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you ground down, rise up. Exhale, you fold. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you plant your hands, you step back to plank, and you pause. And in the pause, you notice. Where can you feel connected here in this space? Take a breath in. Exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra on an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so that series of movements. Take a breath in, look forward, feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, empty out and fold. Ground down and rise to standing on the inhale. Exhale, you fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, you plant your hands, you step back to plank, and you pause. You take a breath in. Exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra on an inhale. And on the exhale, you make your way back to downward facing dog. All right, so that series of movements is called a sun salutation A. You can do it. You cannot do it. You can just go back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Look forward, feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, you fold. Halfway lift on an inhale, flat back. Exhale, you fold. You plant your hands, you step back to plank, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra on an inhale. Exhale, you make your way back to downward facing dog. We're going to do one more. Take a breath in and a breath out in downward facing dog. Inhale, you look forward, feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, empty out and fold. Ground down, you rise to standing on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Halfway lift on your breath in. Exhale, you plant your hands. You step back to plank and you pause. You take a breath in. Exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take a breath in and a breath out. Walk your hands back to your feet so you're at the back of your mat. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, bend the knees, sit the hips, chair pose. So in chair pose, the weights of the back side of your body, the heart is lifted and open. Right? And where do you connect? Maybe you connect to your thighs right now. Right? Take a breath in and a breath out. Exhale, you fold forward. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, sit your hips back, chair. And you breathe and you notice here, right, what shows up? How can you connect? Connect to each other, connect to the breath. Connect to your body. Take a breath in. Exhale, you fold forward. Take your feet wide to the edges of the mat. Come into a forward fold. This time you're going to clasp your hands behind your back. Morning, Jen Hess. Maybe your palms can't touch. So do you bend your elbows? Stretch the shoulders. Right, each pose is a new opportunity for us to connect to ourselves, to tap in to that place of purpose. Even those poses that we don't love, right? There's always something to learn about ourselves in them. Unclasp the hands, fingertips come down to the mat, toe heel your feet back to hip bone distance. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Walk your hands back out to plank and pause. Take a breath in and a breath out. Thigh bones are lifting up towards the ceiling. Teresa, I'm not going to forget about you in plank today, I promise. Take a breath in. Exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts on an inhale. Exhale, you make your way back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, you look forward, feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Fingertips are down on the mat. Take a breath in. Right leg lifts in the air behind you. So really press down into the left foot. Pull up through the left thigh bone. Heart's reaching forward. Imagine that you could put your right footprint on the back wall. if you have a wall behind you, or not. If you don't, imagine the back wall of the studio, right? We can all go there together. Take a breath in. Exhale, right toes are going to touch down. You're in a low lunge. Fingertips are framing the left foot. The left knee stacked over the left ankle. You're high on the ball of the right foot. Right thigh bones lifting up towards the ceiling. Right hand stays down, left hand lifts up. You twist open. Take a breath in and a breath out. Left hand comes down to the mat. You step back to plank and move through vinyasa, right? So the vinyasa is the lowering down, the lifting to cobra, and you make your way back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out, and down dog. You look forward, feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. This time, left leg lifts on an inhale. You want to keep your hips square to the mat. Your gaze is right at the top of the mat, right past your fingertips. Spine is long. You lengthen on an inhale. Exhale, left foot steps to the back of the mat. You find yourself in a low lunge. Right knee stacked over the right ankle. Take a breath in and a breath out. And you notice, right? Notice here what shows up. What shows up on this side. How do you connect? Where can you find some ease? Left hand stays down, right hand lifts up, low lunge twist. You lengthen the spine on an inhale, and on the exhale, can you open your heart a little bit more? Take a breath in, right hand comes down, step back to plank. Take a breath in, you lower down, and you move through vinyasa. Right, you can skip the vinyasa at any point and just make your way back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, you're going to walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Right leg lifts behind you on an inhale, standing splits. Exhale, you step it back, low lunge. Right hand stays down, left hand comes up, low lunge twist. Take a breath in and a breath out. On your next exhale, the left hand's going to come down, and on the inhale, you're going to rise to high crescent lunge. So in high crescent lunge, the left knee stacked over the left ankle. There can be a slight bend in the right knee. You're high on the ball of the right foot. Arms can be reaching up overhead, or they can come to heart center. Roll your shoulders onto your back. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Take a breath in. Inhale, you reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, right hand comes forward, left hand comes back. Here we are in the twist again. This twist still comes from the waist, even though your legs are in a crescent lunge. Take a breath in, and arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, and you rinse it off. From downward facing dog, you take a breath in and a breath out. Next inhale, you look forward, feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you empty out and fold. Left leg lifts on an inhale. Exhale, you step it to the back of the mat, low lunge. Your feet are in two separate lanes. Take a breath in, left hand stays down, low lunge twist as the right hand lifts to the sky. Are you breathing? Take a breath in. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, you rise to high crescent lunge. All right, so you want that thigh. I should be able to set my coffee cup on it or a drink. Right. Can you lift up in the left thigh bone a little bit more? Take a breath in, arms reach up overhead. Good morning, Trina. Exhale, left hand comes forward, right hand comes back. You twist. Right, so don't let that left heel kick out. Keep it in towards the center. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. You pause and plank. Exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra on an inhale. Exhale, you make your way back to downward facing dog. Just continuing to build on the poses. Take a breath in and a breath out. Look forward, feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you empty out and fold. Right leg lifts on a breath in. Exhale, you step it back, low lunge. Right hand stays down, left hand comes up, low lunge twist. Exhale, left hand comes down. You rise to high crescent lunge on an inhale. Arms are overhead. Take a breath in. Right hand comes forward. Left hand comes back. Inhale, you come back to center. This time you're going to lean forward over the left thigh. Arms are reaching forward. And then you're going to bring the arms down and back. Right? Take a breath in and a breath out. Really pull the belly button into the spine. You got it. You're hovering over the thigh. Take a breath in. You come back to high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Move through vinyasa. Right, so the beautiful thing about this connecting and this world of disconnect, right, is you get to take all these different teachers' classes, right? And I'm taking more yoga than I normally do in my real life when I'm not stuck in my house. So you learn all these new things. It's pretty cool. So they show up. Thanks, Steph Campanelli, for that little forward, down, and back trick. From downward facing dog, take a breath in. You look forward, feet to the hands. Good morning, Jenny Fox. I see you. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Left leg's going to lift in the air behind you. Exhale, low lunge. Left hand stays down, right hand comes up, low lunge twist. Can you roll that right shoulder, opening up the heart? Right, in order to have this connection in a world of disconnect, we have to have an open heart. Take a breath in, right hand comes down, inhale, you rise to high crescent lunge. Take a breath in, left hand forward, right hand comes back, you twist open to the right. Jenny, you can do it later. That's why we record it. Take a breath in and a breath out. You come back to high crescent lunge, and we're going to do that forward with the arms, down and back. You're hovering over the right thigh bone. You got it. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands come back to high crescent lunge on the inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, move it through vinyasa. From downward facing dog, take a full breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, look forward, feet to the hands. Right, you know where we're going. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you empty out and fold. Right leg lifts on an inhale. Exhale, you step it back, low lunge. Right hand stays down, left hand comes up, low lunge twist. Take a breath in, left hand comes down, you rise to high crescent lunge. Right hand comes forward, left hand comes back, you twist open. Let the shoulders fall away from your ears, hug the belly button into the core. Maybe you lean back just a little bit. Pretend like I have your left hand in my hand and I'm pulling you back. Take a breath in. You come back to high crescent lunge on an inhale and then forward, down, and back with the arms. You're hovering over the left thigh. Take a breath in. Reach up to high crescent lunge. Exhale, open it up to warrior two. Right, so in warrior two, the right foot spins to the back of the mat, spins down. You're bending into the left knee. Make sure that that left knee isn't caving in. I forgot my word there. So can you push it out towards the left pinky toe? Right, and settle in here. Right, new pose. We haven't been here. What comes up, you notice. Right? How do you connect here? How do you connect to your breath, to your body, to your purpose? Your shoulders relax, soften the space between your shoulder blades. Take a breath in, flip the front palm, reach back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, you cartwheel your hands to the mat and move through vinyasa. You land back in downward facing dog where you take a very full belly breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, you look forward, feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Left leg lifts in the air behind you. Exhale, low lunge. Left hand stays down, right hand comes up, low lunge twist. Take a breath in and a breath out. Your inhale, you're going to come back to high crescent lunge. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back, you twist open. Take a breath in, you come back to high crescent lunge, lean forward, arms go forward, down, and back, hovering over the thigh. Spine is long, crown of the head's reaching forward. Take a breath in, you come back to high crescent lunge. On the exhale, you open it up, warrior two. So that right knee is stacked over the right ankle. The right heel is lined up with the arch of the left foot. All right, and you settle in here. Connect to your breath. All right, and notice what comes up here. Take a breath in and a breath out. Flip the front palm, reach back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, you cartwheel your hands to the mat and move through vinyasa. a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, you look forward, feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Right leg lifts on a breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Right hand stays down, low lunge twist as the left hand reaches up towards the sky. Take a breath in. Exhale, that hand comes down. Inhale, you rise to high crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Can you let your shoulders fall away from your ears? Take a breath in. Arms reach up overhead in high crescent lunge. You lean forward over the left thigh. Arms go forward, down, and back. Hug the belly button in. You got this. Take a breath in. You come back to high crescent lunge. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Right, now that your body's been in this pose, what do you notice? What can you connect to that's different? How can you make this pose feel at home? Take a breath in, you flip the front palm, reach back, peaceful warrior, and on the exhale, you come into side angle pose. So left hand can be down on the mat. It can be on a block if you have one. Left forearm can be on the left thigh. You just don't want to dump all of your body weight in. Right hand's reaching up towards the sky. Roll that right shoulder onto the back. Open up across the chest. Beautiful. Take a breath in. You come back to warrior two. Flip the front palm. Reach back. Peaceful warrior. And you cartwheel your hands to the mat. And you rinse it off. How you doing? You still with me? All right. Last side. Take a breath in. Look forward. Feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Left leg lifts on an inhale. Exhale, you step it back, low lunge. Left hand stays down, right hand comes up, low lunge twist. Take a breath in and a breath out. On your next inhale, you come back to high crescent lunge. Right hand comes forward, left hand comes back. Let your shoulders soften. Take a breath in. You come back to high crescent lunge. You hover over the left thigh. No, right thigh. Arms reach forward, down, and back. You got it. Take a breath in. You come back to high crescent lunge. Exhale. You open it up, warrior two. From warrior two, can you bend into that front knee a little bit more? Really seal the back edge of that foot. You're going to flip the front palm, reach back, peaceful warrior. And exhale, you're going to come into side angle pose. So right forearm to the thigh, right hand to the ground. Can you create some space on the side body so maybe that right forearm is just hovering over the thigh? Take a breath in, you come back to warrior two. Flip the front palm, you reach back, peaceful warrior. And you cartwheel your hands to the mat and you move through vinyasa. You land in downward facing dog. You take your knees wide and drop into child's pose. notice here. You notice the breath. You notice the body. How can you connect in this moment, in this space? Ask yourself what you need to make it feel more like home. You're going to walk your fingertips forward. You're going to lift the right arm up to the sky, and then you're going to thread it underneath the left arm. Come into this shoulder stretch. So if you need more sensation, you can put your hands on top of each other so that you can roll onto the right shoulder a little bit more. And continue sitting your hips back towards your heels. I think one of the benefits of this experience that we're having is that we're going to be forced to really connect to ourselves. It's going to require us to dig deep. I made the mistake of, I've heard a potential start date for school kind of floating around, and I made the mistake of counting how many weeks that was on the calendar, and I was like, oh, that was probably a bad idea, right? So when we can't control the things around us, we can control how we react, which requires us going inside. Take a breath in and a breath out. Your next inhale, you're going to uncross the right arm, unwind, reach the fingertips forward. Left hand's going to reach up to the sky and thread it underneath the right arm. Shoulder stretch here, right? Maybe here you need something different. What do you need? We get into the habit of asking everybody else what they need. But what do you need? Take a breath in and a breath out. Unwind the left arm, fingertips reach forward on the mat. You're going to untuck your toes, lift your hips, and you come into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take a breath in. You look forward, feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Moving into tree pose, so ground down into the left foot, pull up through the left thigh bone. Right leg lifts, knee is stacked over the ankle, and then you open it up to tree. Right sole of the right foot comes to the calf or the thigh, or toes can come down to the mat. Once you've rooted down, arms can reach up overhead. Right, and you wobble, you come back in, you fall, you come back in. You notice how your mind and your body responds to the challenge, right? breath in and a breath out. Right foot's going to come off the left leg, but you're going to keep it lifted. All right, so that right foot is flexed, the knee stacked over the ankle. Arms are going to reach up overhead. Left hand comes forward, right hand comes back. You twist open one last time. Take a breath in, you come back to center, arms reach up overhead. Hands come to heart center, right foot comes down to the mat. You pause and you notice. Inhale, the arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Ground down into the right foot, left foot lifts up. Stacking the left knee over the left ankle, flexing the left foot. And then when you're ready, you open it up to tree, left foot to the inside of the right calf, right thigh, toes down on the mat. Right, Heidi always says that balancing is not innate in us, it's something that we have to practice. Just like we have to practice noticing our thoughts or noticing how we talk to ourselves or asking ourselves what it is that we need. And that which we practice becomes stronger. It creates pathways in the brain, which makes it easier. Take a breath in and a breath out. Left foot's going to come off the right leg. You're going to keep it lifted, flexing that left foot. Arms reach up overhead on an inhale. Exhale, right hand comes forward. Left hand comes back. Last twist. I think I really mean that. Sometimes I say that and I don't mean it. Well, yeah. And then it shows up again. Take a breath in. You come back to center. Exhale, hands come down, come to heart center, and left foot comes down to the mat. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, you sit the hips back to chair. Take a breath in. Exhale, you lower a little bit more. Take a breath in. Exhale, you lower your hips a little bit closer to the mat. One more. Take a breath in. Exhale, you lower all the way down to the mat. Come onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. So feet are going to come down to the mat. You're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee. Coming into pigeon on your back. All right, so take the right hand and really push that right knee away from you. And that may be enough sensation, or if you want, you can reach behind the right thigh, clasp your hands. No, left thigh. Reach behind the left thigh. I had to do that for a minute. Left thigh. You can lift the left foot. So you're energetically pulling the left knee towards you and pushing the right knee away from you. Right, and you notice here, take a breath in and a breath out. Left foot comes down to the mat. Uncross the right ankle. Right foot comes down. And then you're going to come into this on the other side. So you're going to cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Push the left knee away from you. And pause and ask yourself what it is that you need. Then maybe you clasp your hands behind the right thigh and lift that right leg. Take a breath in and a breath out. Uncross the left ankle. Left foot comes down to the mat. Take your feet wide to the edges of the mat, and then you're going to drop your knees over towards the right. Inhale, you come back to center. Exhale, knees drop over to the left. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, you come back to center. Hug the knees into the chest, coming into happy baby. So reaching in between your legs, grabbing the outside edges of your feet. Spine is long on the mat. And you breathe and you notice. You ask yourself, what is it that you need to connect in these final moments? Can you stay here and not think about what comes next for the day? What challenges will the day present? It doesn't matter. You're here now. Release the grip on your feet. Hug the knees into your chest one last time. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a hug. And then legs go out long. Setting up for Shavasana. Arms by your side. Feeling the connection of the back side of your body on the mat. Take a breath in and a breath out. Let your mind and body rest. There's no more work to do. Shavasana. Good morning, Rocco. start to bring some awareness back into your breath. What if this time is to heal and to connect with what's important? What if the space is to find your true purpose? What if it's all meant to bring you home, to bring us home? Keeping your eyes closed, roll gently to your right side. Pause. It is my hope that when all of this is over, we can continue to keep the connections in the community that we have seemed to make in this time of disconnect. Keeping your eyes closed, gently help yourself up to seated, legs crossed at the front of the mat. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Together, take a full breath in and a long breath out. The light and truth in me sees and honors that in each of you. I hope you have a great day. Together we say, Namaste. So this class will live on the Balance Webster YouTube channel. So if you missed it or joined us late, you can take it then. Have a great day. We will see you next time. Oh, and check the Balance schedule. We've added some new classes, some new teachers. MJ's back, Steph is back. Hannah's teaching dance, so really cool stuff going on. So check it out. All right, thanks. Have a good one, guys.